You're beginning to drift. You're drifting. You're sound asleep. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Say good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
You're now going back in time, far back, back years and years ago. You're drifting back through the years. Back, back, back. When you speak next, you will be 40 years old.
40?
I'm sorry, I mean 4.
That's better.
I never knew I could be this happy. Here with you like this. Will it always be like this? Please tell me it will. You have to tell me it'll always be like this. Oh, we have to go. We can't be late for this party. We can't be. How do you turn this thing off? Please. I'll kill you if you don't turn this thing off.
Ah, the golden couple. At last. My dear, fashionably late is one thing. But when you're the guests of honor...
I'll take the blame, Carla. I told Jessie to dress with the care that one would naturally take when visiting the home of our city's most beautiful hostess.
What a lovely, lovely lie. Did he really say that?
Yeah, he really did. Most beautiful, most glamorous, most intelligent, something along those lines.
Well, keep it up. I may have to forgive you.
Hi, gorgeous.
Oh.
You come here by yourself, I hope.
Take your hands off my wife, you scoundrel.
Is that any way to talk to your kid brother? So you really made the deal? You sold the company?
This afternoon. Signed, sealed, delivered.
That's marvelous. Now what are you going to do for the rest of your life?
Spade! I hear congratulations are in order.
Walter, how is my favorite district attorney?
Charlie, exactly how rich are you now?
Who invited Walter?
Oh, Stuart sort of brought him along. Well, they are best friends, you know. And they say he may be governor someday. So be nice.
Well, Jesse, how much is it? 5 million? 10? Charlie won't tell.
It's good to see you, Walter.
Something I said?
You shouldn't talk about money that way, Walter. It's vulgar.
Money? It's not vulgar, it's sacred. And I worship it just like the rest of you, only unfortunately from a distance.
Stuart, Charlie said you finally finished your play.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we're going into rehearsal next month.
How exciting, another big hit.
Darling, that's a little premature.
No, don't be modest, Stuart. It's unbecoming. I mean, when have you ever written a play that's failed?
If he had, he wouldn't admit it.
He's right, he's right.
So what's this one about?
Reincarnation.
Oh, I love reincarnation.
Oh, you should tell her about it. It's really fascinating.
Well, as I'm sure you know, some people have been able to get in touch with their previous lives through hypnosis and actually become the people they once were.
That's not reincarnation. That's schizophrenia.
I don't think so. I've seen perfectly normal people pushed back beyond their natural memory to another time, another identity.
You've seen it?
As a matter of fact, I've done it.
You hypnotize people?
It's not difficult.
Could you do it with one of us?
Sure. Under the right conditions.
Oh, do, please. Oh, such fun. What would you need?
Nothing really. Silence, concentration, a willing subject.
Oh, Jessie, Charles, come on down. Now, everybody, I want you to finish your food. There's something exciting going on. Get some chairs. Everybody, hurry up. Everyone, I have a wonderful surprise. All we need is a volunteer.
Just the sound of my voice and total relaxation. That's all there is. And sleep. A deep, deep sleep. Everything is quiet and calm and heavy. Your eyes are heavy. Your arms are heavy. You can try to lift them, but they're too heavy. Try to lift your arm. Can you hear me, Jessie?
Yes.
Now, I want you to go back. Let yourself just go back in time. Go back 25 years. Let yourself go back. Where are you? Tell me where you are.
Garden.
Where is the garden?
My mom.
Your mother's there? Why are you crying?
She spanked me.
Your mother spanked you? Why did she spank you?
I wet my pants.
All right, Jessie. No more tears. Now, listen to me, Jessie. I want you to go back. Much further back. Let yourself fall back to another time, way, way back. To a time before there was a Jessie. Just fall back. And I want you to imagine.
I see him.
What? What do you see?
It is dark. But I see him.
Where are you?
In the doorway of the bedroom. I watch him from here.
What is your name?
Martin. Martin Saint-Pierre.
Where do you live?
Here in Baton Rouge, in my house.
What is the date?
January 1846. I see him. I see what he does.
Who do you see?
My husband, I see him.
What is he doing?
Oh. He sleep with the black girl.
With the black girl?
The slave. He take her to his bed.
Get her out of this, Stuart. Bring her out before...
Wait a minute. Jessie? Martine? It's all right. Listen to me.
He's mine, but he belongs to me. God made him from me, not for her, from me.
It's all right, sweet. It's all right.
Not for the other. To me. Mine forever.
Dr. Marshall to OR1. Dr. Marshall to OR1.
I can't believe you're doing this. Take a walk with me, Stu. I don't understand you, Walter. I've always thought of you as one of my closest friends. We've known each other for 10 years. You've known...
So what conclusion?
You knew Charlie for 10 years, and Jessie. You know how much they loved each other. This is not a case of murder. For God's sake, you were there. You saw what happened.
Yeah, let's let him get out.
Let me tell you a story, okay? There's this pretty little girl named Jessie. Comes from an average family, only child. Mother and father are happily married, a little on the poor side. One day the father makes a big score in some real estate deal, and it looks like the family's going to step up a notch or two, right into a new life. Except one night Daddy doesn't come home because he's emptied out the new bank account and he's run off with some bimbo. So it's so long new home, so long new friends, so long new life. Back to the other side of the tracks again. Like the plot so far?
It's a bit of a cliche, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, the mother has a nervous breakdown and she kills herself. Did you know that? Anyway, the little girl grows up and she works her way through school and she meets this terrific guy, and he's nice and he's smart. Comes from a good family. He's got a brother who's a famous playwright. He's a little old for her, but she likes older men. Maybe she's looking for Dad. Anyway, he invents this special kind of computer chip. And one day this big conglomerate comes along and says, hey, you sell us your company and we will make you very, very rich. And so once again, the little girl is looking at a new home, new friends, a new life. Sound familiar? And it's all great, except one night, she gets this flashback, and she panics, and she remembers what it was like with her father, and she kills. End of story.
Jessie's not the killer.
Who is? Martine St. Pierre? Come on, Stu, you're a playwright. You know a good performance when you see one.
I'm telling you, Jessie could not have done that.
Well, someone did. Somebody punctured Charlie's pharynx and ripped his larynx and severed his carotid artery and made him drown in his own blood.
You never liked Jessie, did you?
Wrong. Jessie never really liked me because I wasn't one of you. I come from the same place she does, and she knows it. She also knows that I know what it's like to want to put all that stuff behind you and get somewhere and be somebody.
Someone like Governor.
Stu.
And use a convenient event like this to trade the names and reputations of your friends for some newspaper headlines. Is that what you're talking about? It's a lousy stunt, Walter, and you're going to lose. And when you do, those friends, those ex-friends of yours, are going to put an end to your promising career and ship you right back to whatever rat hole you came from.
People versus Dean. People versus Dean.
Have you had experience in cases like this before?
Yes, sir. I have personally had experiences of such cases. And there are many documentations of this kind of event.
Is it schizophrenia?
No, sir. It is more properly a form of hysteria.
Like a possession?
Your Honor, we would object to the use of that term since it is more properly used in the field of religion and has no legal definition.
Well, Mr. Daniels asked only if it was like a possession. I think we can hear Dr. Borofsky's answer.
Well, I was about to say, Your Honor, that a possession is not a medical term either. We might call it a seizure.
And does the victim of such a seizure bear responsibility for his or her actions during...
Your Honor.
I know, Mr. Lang.
Doctor, in your expert medical opinion, does a victim of such a seizure undergo such a radical change that his or her behavioral traits can no longer be recognized?
Mr. Daniels, the victim of such a seizure is no longer present. The other one, the other persona, is the only one there with all its own individual traits and habits and abilities.
Thank you, Doctor. No further questions, Your Honor. Then from the time that Mr. Dean, your brother-in-law, told you to go to sleep, until the time you found yourself standing near your husband's body, you remember nothing.
No, nothing. I heard someone screaming.
Mrs. Dean, did you love your husband?
I still love my husband. I'll always love him.
Thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Lang.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mrs. Dean, you are Mrs. Dean now, aren't you?
Mr. Lang.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Mrs. Dean, previous to the night that your husband was killed, had you ever undergone hypnosis?
No.
Was it an unpleasant experience?
What?
I mean, apart from its unpleasant consequences, was the experience of the hypnosis itself unpleasant?
No.
Like falling into a deep sleep?
Yes.
Then I suppose you wouldn't object to undergoing the experience again.
You mean here?
Yes, here, now.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, may we have a conference, please? Your Honor, the defense is basing its entire case not on the innocence of the defendant, but on the guilt of someone named Martine St-Pierre. Now, if Miss St-Pierre is here in this courtroom, if in fact she is inside Mrs. Dean's body, shouldn't we be at least allowed to hear her testimony?
Your Honor, there simply isn't any precedent for this kind.
As a matter of fact, there is in Maryland versus Nolan. I think you'll find that there's adequate.
I'm familiar with this case, Mr. Lang. Counselor, I think we can explore this notion and see where it leads, but not in the presence of the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you are instructed to go with the bailiff until you are recalled. Please stay together and do not discuss this case.
Mr. Dean? Will everyone be very quiet, please?
I want you to think only of my voice. I want you to feel only my hand as you relax. Totally relax. And let yourself fall away into a sleep. Everything is quiet and calm and peaceful. And you're falling away. Can you hear me, Jessie?
Yes.
Where are you now?
Here? In this room.
I want you to go way back. Fall way back in time. You've been there before. Back to a time before there was a Jessie. Back to the year 1846. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Where are you now?
I'm here in this room.
What room?
This bad room.
I want to talk to her. Tell her I want to talk to her.
There's someone here who wants to talk to you.
They all want to talk to me now.
You can talk to this guy.
What is your name?
I am Martine St-Pierre.
Where do you live?
Here in Baton Rouge.
Where were you born?
Marseille.
When did you come here?
1843. 3 years ago.
Where is your husband?
Dead.
What?
Dead. He is dead now. He was bad and
You what?
I killed him and...
How did you kill him?
With my knife.
With this? Is this the knife? Open your eyes. Look. Look.
Yes, this knife.
This
yes,
is the
and
knife?
I will kill the others if they touch me. I will kill them.
Why don't you say it in French? You're French, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, why not in French? En français. Can't you speak your own language? Votre vraie langue est française, n'est-ce pas? Can't you say it in French, Martine?
Oui, je parle ma langue maternelle. Et je vais vous dire à vous tous ce que je lui ai dit. Si vous me faites taper, je chante à vous. Je me vengerai, 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 je me vengerai.
Well, it happened right here. Right on this spot. Dear men. When Jessie. So sweet. And there she sits in that hospital in Switzerland, waiting for the doctors to tell her that she's sane enough to leave. Oh, and they will, of course. With all that money, they will. What about Walter Lang? Oh, Walter. Oh, gone. Gone. His career, dead. His two friends, dead. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if he hadn't killed himself. Poor Walter.
Are you awake? Oh, it's so beautiful out there. Clear, cold. I think I will have a wonderful life here in Switzerland. Here with my teacher. How are you, my clever teacher? My favorite French tutor? Tu vas bien? Will it always be like this? Tell me it'll always be like this.
Isn't doing good. Since I can't wake you up, I can only leave you with this post-hypnotic suggestion. Next week, when you awaken, you will feel compelled to tune in again when we promise to bring you another story and 3 less soporific commercials. Good night.